my channel. So today in this video I'm going to be showing you all my everyday makeup routine, like on a regular basis what I normally prefer doing. I obviously literally I have so much going on my face, like the discoloration, my under eye dark circles, so all those things I just not like it. So I normally tend to go for a very full coverage foundation routine for an everyday basis. Other than that, I keep changing my eyeshadows, my lip color. Sometimes I skip eyeshadow, but most of the times I have eyeshadow on my face. So I'm just gonna stop blabbing and I'm gonna get into the video and show you all what I do on a regular basis. So yeah, the first thing that I do every single day when I get up in the morning is wash my face. Obviously that is like a must. You should wash your face when you get up in the morning. Then second most important step is moisturizing. I moisturize my face on a daily basis with my Neutrogena Fine Fairness Moisturizer. I do not have that to show you all right now. I'll just link it somewhere here or show you all a picture about how the product looks. So yeah, that is the thing that I do, and then I move on to my priming. Now priming is like a very important step for me because throughout the day I get very oily, so that is the reason I prime my face. Like that just helps my oils to not come through that much. If I don't apply a primer, I'm gonna get super oily, so I'm gonna do that first. And for that I'm gonna be using this Patanjali aloe vera gel. You all know I use this on a regular basis, so I'm just gonna do that. And on top of that, it just feels so good after applying this aloe vera gel on your face. It's like so cooling and stuff like that. So yeah, I like to prime my face with my aloe vera gel. So most of the steps that I'm going to be showing you all, I have almost shown it like in each and every video of mine, but since it is my everyday routine, I'm not going to skip anything. I'm just going to show you each and everything that I do. So once that is done, I'm going to move on to foundation. Now for foundation, I skip between two foundations. One is this matte mineralized Studio Fix Fluid Foundation in the shade NC37, and the second one that I use that is more like a drugstore brand, that is the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation in the shade 310, but today I'm going to be using this. So I normally dot the foundation on my face first. So once I've done that, I'm going to take my Pack Beauty Blender. Now again, I have two beauty blenders which I use on a regular basis. One is this Pack Beauty Blender and the second one is the Real Techniques Beauty Blender. But the Pack Beauty Blender is like my holy grail product. It is that good. So I'm just gonna stamp this beauty blender on my face. This is what I normally do. I do not like using a brush because it just gives me a very unnatural look. A beauty blender gives me much more natural looking skin. That is the reason I like using a beauty blender, and on top of that, it just hydrates your skin even better. The next step for me is concealing, and for concealer today I'm going to be using this NYX HD concealer. Ever since I came across this one, I have been using this non-stop. I love how this feels. It's so lightweight on my skin. So yeah, this has definitely replaced my LA Gold Pro Conceal. Even though that concealer is like my holy grail, but this has literally changed my life. So I'm just gonna conceal wherever I normally do, like under my eyes, on my T-zone area, a little bit around the corners of my mouth because that is where I have a lot of discoloration. And then I'm also concealing my eyelids. And then I quickly like to blend everything out. I like using this concealer because it blends out so fast and it makes my job so easy. So when you are in a hurry, this concealer just does the job so well. Like literally you slap on this concealer and you finish blending it in no time. So my concealer is done. Once that is done, I like baking under my eyes because it makes my concealer creaseless during the entire day. That is the reason I bake. That is the most important step for me. I do not go out without baking. To bake under my eyes, I'm gonna be using this Ben Nye Luxury powder. I love this powder. I have been using this non-stop as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna bake. So I'm gonna bake wherever I've applied my concealer. So once I've done baking, I just take the same powder that we use for baking and set my entire face. Now on an everyday basis, I do not have the time to switch products that much, so that is the reason I just use the same powder that I use for baking. So once we've set the rest of our face, I'm just gonna move on to my eyebrows. Now eyebrows is like a thing on my face that shapes my entire face. So that is the reason I always do my brows, and most of the times I do my brows very bold. I do not like it going very natural. I want them to look like, I have that shaped kind of a face, very neat looking kind of a face. So for eyebrows, I'm going to be using this NYX eyebrow gel. I have been using this since I think almost 3 months now. So for eyebrows, I'm gonna be using my all-time favorite Faces eyebrow brush. Like, it is a mascara and eyebrow brush. So I'm just gonna first go through my brows very quickly and just shape them. Whenever I get late for my work, it's just because of my eyebrows, because I take the longest amount of time to shape my eyebrows. I want them so perfect every single time. So once my eyebrows are done, I'm gonna move on to my face. First, I like doing my face, like my entire face, by contouring and blusher and highlighter and stuff like that. And then I move on to my eyes. So first, I'm gonna be bronzing up my face. And for bronzer, I've been using the Sephora Bronzer, and this is in the shade Deep 50. Now, I do not contour on a regular basis. I just bronze up my face and I just get out of the house. Like, bronze, blush, a little bit of highlight, and I get out of the house. So I'm just gonna be bronzing my face for this, and for that I'm using my a powder brush or a brush which I use for contouring and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be using this brush because I use this quite a lot. Like this Sephora bronzer, I use this very regularly. Like, this is like my go-to bronzer. And then I'm just bronzing up my forehead as well. And then whatever is left on the brush, I just like to brush it on my jawline. Once we're done with that, I'm gonna move on to blusher. Now for blusher, I usually tend to go for this blusher. This is from Miss Claire, and this is number 35. This is like a very beautiful peachy pink kind of a color. This is like an everyday color. This is my all-time favorite blusher brush. This is from Real Techniques, and this is actually called as a buffing brush, but it is so good for applying my blusher on my face. It just sits so well on the apples of my cheeks, and then softly blending it out upwards. And then again, I like to take my powder brush and blend everything out. So now that we are done with our face, only the highlighter is left, but that I'm gonna be leaving it for the last, because the highlighter that I'm gonna be using is from the same palette that I'm gonna be applying my eyeshadow with. So today for my eyes, I'm gonna be using this Carli Bybel palette. Now this palette is like my go-to palette for everyday use. I absolutely love this palette. This has like the perfect everyday shades, and the highlighters and stuff like that. All the shimmery shades as well are so beautiful. I love this palette. This is like my staple palette. So yeah, I'm just gonna be doing a very neutral looking eye. So what I normally like to do is take my blending blending brush. This is from Pro R, and this is number 217. This is like my all-time favorite blending brushes. So I'm just gonna take this very beautiful soft brownish mauvish color. So I'm just gonna take that and lightly dust it in my transition area. Now I'm just gonna take a little bit of a darker color, and I'm just gonna mix these two right here, like these two right here, and apply it right in my crease and my outer corners. Why I like using this brush on a regular basis is that it is quite thin, so it fits in my transition area as well, and in my crease also very precisely. And then I'm just gonna take the same purpley plum color, the darker purpley plum color, and apply it right at my outer corners. So once we're done with that, I like taking any of these colors right here, like these colors right here, and apply it on my eyelids. So today I'm just gonna take this color right here. It's like a very beautiful pinky, champagne-y, goldeny color. And normally I just use my ring finger to apply this kinds of colors on my eyelids. So once I've done that, I'm again gonna take my blending brush and just blend everything out. So once we are done applying our eyeshadow, I'm just gonna take the same blending brush, like pinch it a little bit and just apply the same, like the plum color under my eyes. So once I've done that, I'm just gonna take my kajal from Colorbar and just line my lower waterline and my upper waterline as well. So once we're done with that, I like applying my mascara, and for mascara I use 2 mascaras at a time. Like first I apply this one and then I apply this one and I apply like multiple coats of it. So I want my eyelashes to look like really voluminous and stuff like that, because I'm not going for an eyeliner. I want them to look like really thick. So for mascara, I'm using this Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara, and then the Falsies mascara, which is my favorite, all-time favorite. You'll know that. So now that I've applied my mascara, I'm gonna move on to my highlighting, and I'm just gonna highlight my inner corners, my brow bone, my cheekbones, and I'm gonna be using the same highlighter for everything, and that is this one right here. This is an eyeshadow, and this is so beautiful as a highlighter. I use this like every single day, so I'm just gonna highlight wherever I normally do. And then I just switched to a much more smaller brush and just apply it in my inner corners, brow bone as well, and the bridge of my nose and my cupid's bow. So the only thing remaining is my lips, and for my lips I actually go for a very nude lip on a regular basis. So most of the times I switch between the Miss Claire one and this one right here. This is from Colorbar and this is called as Haute Latte, and this color is like the perfect nude for me. So once that is done, I usually set my face as well, because you know it makes my entire makeup stay all day long. So for that I use this Gerard Cosmetics setting spray in the fragrance peach, I suppose, and I love this one. So guys, this is the final result. I do this on an everyday basis. I just change up my eyeshadows, my lipstick, and other than that, everything else is gonna be the same on my regular days. So yeah, I hope you all like this tutorial and this look that I came up with, and my routine as well. So if you all do, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up to this video, and also subscribe to my channel, and also don't forget to follow me on my social media accounts, which will be linked down below in the bottom bars. So yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!